Big tech is laying off employees like crazy right now. Meta, Twitter, Microsoft, Stripe, Uber, Airbnb, Netflix, Shopify, Salesforce, and Coinbase are just some of the household tech names that are currently laying off thousands of employees as we speak. Big tech is really taking a beating right now. But strangely, there is still one big tech company that hasn't announced any layoffs. In fact, this one big tech company is still hiring: Google. Google hasn't laid anyone off, and Google is still hiring. But why? Why is Google still hiring when all the other big tech companies are laying people off? I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I think I found the answer. It all started in 2008 when Google stole the idea for a smartphone operating system from Apple. It's well known that Apple invented the first smartphone, the iPhone, and it's also well known that Google stole the idea for Android from Apple. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, loathed Google for it. Steve Jobs said publicly in an interview with Walter Isaacson, "I'm going to destroy Android because it's a stolen product. I'm going to go thermonuclear war on this." What most people probably don't know is that Google didn't even make an original product. They just took yet another person's idea and made it better. Android is a mobile operating system based on a modified version of the Linux kernel and other open source software. Let me repeat that in case you missed it. Steve Jobs and Apple created the iPhone. Google decided to steal the idea for the iPhone. But the way Google did it was by taking the Linux kernel and modifying it to become Android. So Google essentially stole ideas from two different sources to create the Android operating system. And boy, did it pay off. Android is the most used smartphone operating system in virtually all countries, with some countries such as India having over 96% market share. Globally, Android owns 70.96% of the mobile operating system market as of November 11th, 2022. There are over 2.7 billion active Android users as of September 2022. Over 1 billion Android devices were shipped across the world in 2021 alone. Let's just say copying someone else's tech can really pay off in business. I think a light bulb went off in the minds of the Google executives. They realized you don't have to be the most innovative company in the world to be successful. You can become a multi-trillion-dollar company by copying other people's tech. Since discovering this secret, Google has gone on a rampage copying everyone's software. Do you like Microsoft Business software? Google copied all of Microsoft's business software ideas and made their own version called G Suite. G Suite now has 2 billion monthly active users. Do you like Hotmail? Google created Gmail, which now has 1.2 billion monthly active users. Do you like Zoom? Google created Google Meet, which already has over 1 billion monthly active users. The list goes on and on. Google is now officially in the business of copying software. This is why Google has an insatiable appetite for hiring great developers. There is so much software in the world. Google needs every great engineer it can get its hands on to copy it all. Google's primary success after succeeding in search has come from being the best at copying other software. Most companies can't do this well. Most companies who try to copy others make a poor version of the original. But Google has figured out how to copy other software really, really well. They've gotten so good at it that sometimes they leave the original in the dust. Hotmail used to be the biggest email service in tech. Hotmail is now a fourth of the size of Gmail. It's this copycat business model that has led Google to continue hiring while everyone else is firing. If you look at Meta, on the other hand, their primary business model is not to copy an endless list of software. Meta has a more focused strategy. They focus on a small number of really big apps or products, trying to gain and keep the monopoly share of their apps market. Right now, Meta is focused on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and the metaverse. There's a limit to the number of employees Meta can use on these products. A more focused business model requires less employees. Same with Apple. Apple focuses on one major breakthrough product at a time. They also focus on improving their current product. Apple's primary business model is not to copy all the software in the world. Apple focuses on doing the best job they can at a select few number of products and services. There's a limit to the number of employees a business can use when they're focused on a smaller number of products. You can go down the list: Airbnb, Uber, Coinbase, Stripe, Twitter, Shopify. They all focus on a smaller primary product or a smaller amount of products. There's a limit to the number of employees they can use in a profitable way. It's possible to overhire and need to lay off people. Google, on the other hand, focuses on copying everyone else's software. Google can always use another team of developers to copy some new promising software project that just entered the market. The list of new promising software entering the market every year never ends. This copycat strategy seems to work very well, as Google's parent company Alphabet generated over $257 billion in 2021. That's over $21 billion a month. It's truly mind-blowing. While this strategy does seem to work very well, I do find it funny that a company whose core value is to not be evil has a business model based on stealing everyone else's ideas. What do you think? Do you think copying other people's ideas in business is okay? Or do you think it's evil? Or somewhere in between? Let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.